everybody, thank you for joining me again today. I'm Lee from thecraftyspark.co.uk and today's videos are going to be around the Timeless Textures set. Now this is one of the newer sets that came out in the spring summer catalogue and it has gone down a storm. The amount of people that have ordered this set is just amazing. It's one of our most popular ones, I'm sure of it. Now, it's one of those sets that sometimes you look at it and you think, huh? What am I going to do with that? And other times you look at it and you think, oh my goodness, I'm going to do that and that and that and that and that and that and that. It's one of them ones. Now, today's ones, as I said, we're going to use the Timeless Textures. We're also going to be using a 7x5 Lost Lagoon card base and, whoops, if I can pull it out, another 7x5 Melon Mambo card base. And instead of white, which is what I was going to use, I'm going to use very vanilla again, like I did last week. But the card bases that, the layer that I'm going to put on top, instead of being the usual 1/4 of an inch smaller, which is what I generally do, I'm actually going to go 1/2 an inch smaller this time. So you've got a 7x5 card base and your layer that's going on top, 4.5 by 6.5. All right. Good, good, good. Right, okay, let's make a start then. I think, which one should we do first? Oh, we'll do this one since that's in my hand. That's an easy one to go for. Now, for this one, as I said, Melon Mambo base, very vanilla layer. I'm going to use some Wisteria Wonder ink. That's my first one. All right, what I'm going to do to begin with my sponge dauber, I am just very quickly going to ink around the edges. Now, the stamp set does actually have a stamp which you can put around the edge. Where'd I put it? See this one here? That can go around the edge if you want to. But the only reason I'm not using that one is because I only want a very narrow border on this one. In fact, I only want a very narrow border on the next one as well, to be honest. Because I'm going to do the same kind of thing on both cards. I'm going to edge the cards like this. It doesn't take you too long. But when I've gone round the edges, what it's actually going to do is just give a little bit more definition to the card. You see? Oh, no, I want that. Leave that there. Get the finger out of that. Put that there so I don't put my hand in it. Right. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to use this stamp, which is this one here. And I'm going to create a pattern with it. But the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to stamp off first because I want it to be very subtle. Okay, so ink up, stamp off, stamp on, ink up, stamp off, stamp on, ink up, off, and on, ink up, off, and on. There we go. That was easy, wasn't it? Just lock that up so I don't put my hand in it. Now, this bit of Melon Mambo is the piece that I cut off the edge of my card. All right. So rather than just wasting it, I thought if I can find my punch, there we go. I'll put some butterflies on this card. Not entirely sure how many. What should we go for? One? Just one? Yeah, just one on that one, I think. And then I'm going to put some little diamonds just to give it a little bit of sparkle. How many diamonds will that take? 3, I reckon. Do you think? 1, 2, 3. Snip them off. Whoopsie daisy. That's not where they were supposed to land, was it? Come on. There we are. Dear. Get it around that way, that'll be easier, won't it? There. If I just pop those in the middle there. And then I'm just going to fold my butterfly in half just to give it a bit of definition. Give it a wiggle. Bend the wings a little bit. What way shall we wings go? The wings can go that way. Actually, let's just use my scissors to curl them around a little bit. Like that. And a little bit of glue just on the back of it. There. And I'm just going to stick that, whoops, in the middle, roughly, of that pattern. There you are, just like that. Grab some dimensionals. Oh, where's those ones I had last week? There we are. Pop some dimensionals on the back. Give it a little bit of height. Make it look a little bit more special. Let's peel those off. Whoop, come here. Make sure you've got your card base up the right way. I'm very good at putting mine upside down. Let me just line that up about there, I think. Yeah. Now what I've done there is I just left the backing on the bottom 2 dimensionals so that I could line it up properly. Worked really well. There we go. One card done. Ta-da! It's quite pretty, isn't it? A little bit of sparkle. I like that. Now you noticed I haven't actually put a sentiment on that one. You don't have to put sentiments on your cards. Don't think that every card you make has to have a sentiment on it. There's no reason why. You could just leave it like that, and you could even leave the inside blank as well if you wanted to. Or when you do the inside, you could put your sentiment on the inside. It doesn't have to go on the front. All right. Right, there's one. Where shall I put that? I'll put that over there. Just chuck it over there. That'll do. Right, next one then. Where do I put the card base? Where do I put the card base? I can't find the card base. There it is. Found it. There's my card base. Right, and buried underneath is one other bit of Very Vanilla. Again, same size as last time. All right. I'm going to Lost Lagoon ink this time. And somewhere I've got a sponge rubber. The Lost Lagoon ink. Yeah, that one I do. So I'm going to do the same as what I did on the last one. All right. So to begin with, just going to edge the card. It's a very, very quick and easy way to get a bit of definition on your cards, this is. And you don't just need to do it on the card either. Helps if you get ink on your top of that. You don't need to just do it on your card. You could do it around a sentiment if you put a sentiment on. You could do it on the inside if you wanted to. You could even do it on the card base itself if you wanted to give that a slightly darker edge, for example. So I don't think you only do it on certain things. Oh, I've done it. Ugh. Oh, nearly. You put my finger in it. I've done it on butterflies before as well. That looks quite nice. If you just ink the edges of your butterflies, gives them a little, makes them stand out a bit more. Flowers, all sorts of things. No, I'll leave it open. I don't want that on there though, do I? Take that off for now. Put that down there. Right, now, I just need to clean the ink off that stamp because I want to use that one again in a minute. And I'm also, for this one, I'm going to use this one as well. This is this sort of grid shape. So I'm going to use this one too. Now then, how was I going to do this one? I can't remember what I was going to do with this. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Right, I'm going to ink up, stamp off and on, off and on, off and on, off and on. All right, not very straight, but it doesn't matter because it's the style of the stamp. It's not a straight kind of a stamp, is it? It's kind of a scriffy messy sort of stamp. I will though, crash, there goes my bracelet yet again, just put a little bit more on those edges, just to sort of give it a bit more texture. That, can you see? Uh-oh, now that I wasn't supposed to because I didn't stamp off first. Remember to stamp off first if you're doing it the way I'm doing it, or mess it up, don't stamp off first, stick it straight on the card, whichever way you want to go really. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, now then, what else was I going to use on this one? Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to use the Wisteria Wonder again. There we go. And I'm going to, oh, that's why I didn't need to clean that stamp, did I? Do you know what? When I cleaned that, I thought, do I need to do that? Couldn't remember. Right, I'm going to do it again though. I'm going to stamp off. I remembered this one. And now I've gone into the corner. I'm also going to go up. And I'm going to come down. And I'm going to sort of do a bit round the wrong way. Sort of. So I've kind of done a couple of different directions on it. Alright. Right, close that. Now, I want to use this big thank you from another thank you. And I will be very, very honest with you. I always get very nervous when I'm using this big stamp because it is so big. However, I've got a Misty. Mwah! Love my Misty. So, I'm not worried about it anymore because I know that it's going to be okay. Now then, if I put my Misty there, can you, whoops, just hit the scoreboard. Can you see that? There? Yeah, that's it. You can see, I'm trying to make sure you can see both sides of it, you see. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to put my card like that. Now, you can see I've already put the stamp over here because I lined it up earlier so that I knew where I was going to have to go. So I'm going to, whoops, grab some Melon Mambo ink and ink up this huge, big thank you. Now, this is why I always get worried when I use this stamp because, look, can you see I've already put it where it's not supposed to be. Where's a tissue? Sometimes I use it and it's absolutely fine. Other times I use it, I just make the biggest mess in the world. There, let's wipe that off because I just want to, I don't want it to end up too splodgy messy. This is one of those stamps that once you start using it, the more you use it, the better you get at it. Big stamps are always the same, aren't they? The more you use them, the better you get to using them. Which just shows you really that I don't use them often enough. There. Now, if I put that there, can you see that? I can then rub over the stamp to make it all covered, and I can see already that I've actually missed a couple of patches with my ink. If I lift that gently, look, can you see? I missed that big patch. I don't quite know how I did that, but it's okay because it's on the Misty. I can just ink it up again and do it again. So if you worry about stamping, and I know that there is actually a couple of my team members who get very, very worried about stamping, this is how you get around it. Just use your Misty. There, can you see? Perfect. It's just covered it all. Do you know what though? Where I've got extra ink on the other bits, I'm just gonna just put a little bit more ink on. Just to make it so that it's nice and even. You won't be too much now. No, it's fine. Good. Now, the other great thing about a Misty is if you do this, you can actually emboss anything in any colour. How clever is that? Because once you've stamped it like this, if you leave your stamp over here and clean it up while it's still there, cover it in Versamark ink and then stamp over, you can then just sprinkle clear embossing powder on it and you can actually have an embossed image in any colour you want, because it's the ink underneath that's giving it the colour. Pretty neat, huh? Now, if we weren't doing a super simple Speedy card, that is exactly what I'd be doing. But because we're doing the simple ones today, I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm just leaving it there to dry a bit because I did go over it a couple of times. So I thought, while I'm waiting, just clean up my stamp a little bit. Now, you'll notice with the photopolymer stamps, they do stain. That's perfectly normal. Don't worry about it. All right. I was just bending down onto the floor to get a tissue. Sorry, they're under my desk. Oh, there we go, got it. Yeah, it's perfectly normal. Don't panic. That's what they do. All right, so don't think, oh my God, I've completely wrecked my stamp. You haven't. Photopolymer is designed to absorb some of the ink. That's what makes it so good to ink with. And that's how you get such a good image as well. But obviously if it absorbs ink, it absorbs colour. But once you've cleaned it up, you're fine. You won't see it ever again on yours. Well, no, I'll rephrase that. You will see it because you'll see it on your other stamps, as you can see on some of these ones, for example, like that one. If I put it there, you can see it, can't you? Let's see, that one's gone a bit pinky. But it's fine. When I stamp with this one again, I'm not going to get any of that colour on my new card. It will stay where it is. Right, let's stick this on then. What am I looking for? Dimensionals. That's what I'm looking for. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that just yet. I am going to put some sparkles on. Now, I'm just going to put some big ones on. I'm going to put them, just dot them around. No particular place. Just to, there you go. Gives it a little bit more interest, doesn't it? So that when I hold it up, can you see? Nifty, huh? Right, now I'm going to put dimensionals on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 dimensionals. Peel the backs off. Chuck them in my little pot over there. I've got like a little bin. Oops, I've done that one. Oh, I've done those two as well. I've got a little bin on my desk. So I'm just putting them in there. Right, so same thing as I did just now. I'm going to line it up at the bottom so that I know that it's straight. Left the bottom 2 dimensionals stuck on, line it up, lay it down, peel the bottom 2 off. Number 1, number 2. There we are. So there we have it. Those are our 2 super simple Speedy cards. What do you think? Nice? They look quite cute, don't they, together like that? I like those. I do like those. In fact, I might even do some of my customer thank you cards like that. So I quite like the way that's come out. Right, well, that's it for today, everybody. Thank you again for joining me. Now, as is your ways with a super simple Speedy card, there is no blog post that's going to be going with this video. Everything you need you will find underneath the video. There'll be a list there of all the products that I've used to make this card. And if you click on each one of those products, it's going to take you straight through to my shop on the correct page with the correct item. So easy. And all you need to do is just click on the one that you want and add it to your basket and you're done. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm sure I will see you again in the week. But until next time, take care. See you later. Bye.